Bonjour everyone, welcome to another diecast showcase. So today it's going to be a little recent find videos. We're going to be checking out my latest scores, a little bit of loose, a little bit of carded, and yeah, we'll finish off with cracking open a nice piece just to make sure that we can let some of this diecast goodness breathe. Alrighty, so basically, without further ado, we will get started. As most of the time is the case, I will be starting off with my loose finds. Pretty fair variety of different brands and whatnot there. First one I kind of picked up as a joke because it's so bad it's good, basically. You'll see what I mean. So basically, I did find a R34 GTR Nissan Skyline, but of this horrid quality. Now, mind you, it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, it's kind of like knockoff Tomica Sport wheels. It's got lensed front lights and, clear windows and an interior that's not great. But what's funny is just the amount of really bad branding on this thing, like the Michelin, very funny. It's written Champion, but if you look on the hood, it's Snhampion, so another nice typo there. Mupar, I mean, come on, this is hilarious stuff. I mean, it's, I don't know, one of those things. Kind of got like a GT500 look on the back, if we're talking about the body styling. Looks to be kind of like a race version, but yeah, all in all, pretty dubious stuff. But still, I had to pick it up. I just find it funny, so put that one back there. What did I find next? Oh yeah, I found second colorway of a casting that's not great, but that I still enjoy. I did have a silver version of this, and now I have a red one, yet again growing the red Mercedes collection. This little Motormax Mercedes C-Class. So we've got some front deets a little bit. The infamous Motormax wheels. We've got mirrors, a very nice interior. Very well molded. And it's got the badging on the back, so C320 with the 215 horsepower V6. Base is as we see here, so with a Daimler Chrysler licensing from 03, back when Daimler Mercedes actually owned the Mopar products. Yep, so pretty your pretty day-to-day car. The front lights are a little bit small versus the grille, especially if you compare it to example other casts of the same car, but overall it is pretty good. It is a pretty good casting, so happy to add a second colorway to this to the collection. Sorry, did find a few vintage pieces that we'll keep for last, and we'll check out some Hot Wheels that I picked up. Basically, one that I did pick up and happy to have, because I'm pretty sure I don't have a version of this casting until now, would be the Attitude, which is basically a drag version of the Studebaker Golden Hawk or Silver Hawk and whatnot there. But yeah, so it's kind of like a play on the brand of the car. Here's your base. Attitude 1998 licensing, and it's a pretty good cast. You got the exhaust, side exit exhaust, drag wing. It's definitely channeled, chopped a bit, and these cars were sports cars on the get-go, a little bit more luxury sport, but it's cool to have these unlicensed castings technically, but are of modified licensed cars, which I find pretty enjoyable. I did find a duplicate of a car, but you know, it was in a grab bag, so I have it carded, but I did not have one of these loose, so happy to add a beautiful Lotus Esprit. I believe this is the S2 model, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's the S1, so the original Series 1, as you can see here. And these earlier versions of the casting are very cool because they do have rear details in addition to the side deco. Unfortunately, you don't get the Lotus logo on the roof, in front of the frunk. But yeah, so this would be a naturally aspirated 2.2 liter 4-cylinder mid-engined car. Giugiaro styling with that beautiful wedge shape, and shaped and endured all the way to the early 2000s, from the early to mid 70s. So very long gestation period until the model disappeared. Did also pick up a couple of Mustangs. I had a version of this car that I got rid of. This one came in a grab bag as well, so I thought, hey, why the heck not? I'll keep it. It's the Ford Mustang GT Concept with the push bar, a light bar, track patrol, staggered gray PR5s. So yeah, it's not my favorite casting in the world, but you know, it's pretty cool. Track support vehicle. Much better Mustang that I'm much happier to get would be this 1967 Shelby GT500. This paint scheme has basically been used on a bunch of different Hot Wheels muscle cars, namely a newer version of this Mustang. I know there's Camaros as well that have this setup. If we're talking about the dark green with the yellow and black accents, it's a livery that seems to have been used a lot in the mid 2010s, basically. And here's your base. 2012 license. Oh, 68. I thought it was a 67. It's actually 68. You know, I think I got confused because of the fact that you don't really notice the lights as much in the grille versus if they were cast within the metal portion of the casting. Got a gray interior, of course, that lends itself to that grille. And yeah, pretty nice piece right there. Oh yeah, I did also manage to pick up a second version of the plastic bodied metal based OBS Chevy pickup truck that Hot Wheels does. And it would be this version right here. I do have the first release on the small wheels with the tire lettering. And now we have a red version with the Track Aces livery with the small 5 spokes, black base that is metal. Yep, that's upside down. And there we go. Chevy 1500 pickup truck. 96 with a 95 copyright. I do like the gray version better, but especially the one that I have that has the front tampos. Very cool. And still has the side deco. But yeah, this one only unfortunately has 2 passes. So, but it's still a cool, and these are pretty well weighted for the track with more weight on the base, less on the top, which is why normally fantasy castings that are set up this way are so good on the track, because the center of gravity is just lower. So that's pretty cool. Oh, do we go into the, oh, you know what, I'll keep a couple ones that I have here for last. Did pick up a couple majorettes. First one that I'm going to show you is a Lexus RX 400H or Toyota Harrier, depending where you are in the world. Very nice gray interior. You can see that steering that is not god-awful to look at, which is great to see. Typical majorette wheels, and unfortunately this was a pretty bad QC era for majorette for certain details, namely the paint used for the details, which does tend to just rub off very easily, be it front or back. The grille's fine, but the front lights are starting to miss some paint. Rear lights obviously are starting to miss some paint as well. And I do have a dark blue metallic version of this, but gold just, you know, it fits, you know, the whole Lexus persona. So much older majorette, and still another Toyota product. This one is definitely has a lot of stories to tell, and it's definitely not new in any way, shape, or form. This good old Toyota Land Cruiser. I believe this is an FJ40. First version, first generation. It is missing a lot of its paint, but it is complete, including the opening rear hatch. So let me just get that open for you. Nothing crazy as a moving part there, but oh, and the hitch, the actual pin of the hitch is also gone, but we do have the little support that Majorette does put in there. So yeah, opening rear little hatch there. Yeah, overall pretty complete. It's a metal on metal made in France casting, and it's a 1/53rd scale. So a little bit on the larger side. The big off-road Majorette wheels. Actually, what scale was this again? I think it's 163, right? 161st scale. There you go. For the RX 400H. So 2 Majorette Toyota products. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, next up. Last Majorette that I picked up. This was actually a keepsake. I had I want to say a seat warmer until I found a better condition one. There's not a whole lot of difference in the condition, but you know, still there's a palpable difference. I managed to find another one of these early 7 Series BMWs from Majorette. So again, metal body, metal base, made in France, 1/60th scale. BMW 733, and does have the opening doors. Oh boy, yeah, a little bit dusty, but yeah, these are as found. Suspension as usual, still working fine. White interior, air passing through the spokes of that steering wheel, which is great. And yeah, these doors are always a little bit off, as you can tell from this previous version that I also have. So not a whole lot of difference in regards to wear, but one, there's way more paint remaining on this one, especially on the roof, if you can see. And also color of the hitch, definitely yellowed plastic on this one. Same for the interior, whereas this one is nice and bright white still. So this one's going to be leaving the collection, and this one's going to be retained in its place. Keep the license plates too, eh? Very cool. Very, very cool. So, lens rear lights, bluish windows. Yep, so there you go. Welcome to the collection. Another Majorette BMW. All right, next I did find a few Ferraris. First one I found, unfortunately, has a missing part, but it's definitely a cool piece, at least to me. Wasn't sure what it was. I had to dig a little bit to figure out what I was looking at. But we have here a little Ferrari F1 car from a Dutch brand called Bestbox, and it is unfortunately missing its engine. It is unfortunate because it does look good with the engine, but looking on eBay to basically figure out what I was looking at, most of them are missing the engine. So, and this I believe is a later release of a older mid-60s cast. But yeah, it's metal on metal. And I mean, eventually, if I find an engine that actually looks good in there, I probably will stick it in there. And love the wheels on this thing. Very cool. Different diameter, different size, different width. Yeah, and it's missing the part of the number 6 on the front of the vehicle. Missing both the 6s on the sides, where you can see tiny remnants of them. And you got a nice all white plastic driver that is part of the interior, with that little steering wheel that is definitely crooked, but I don't know, maybe that's the way it came, who knows. So, little Formula One car from the 60s. I believe this is like a Ferrari 312, if I'm not mistaken, could be wrong. Another Ferrari and another Testarossa, but from a brand that I had one as a kid, but I have not had one for an eternity. And this is probably the one that I have that I had as a kid would look like if I still had it today. But Matchbox Ferrari Testarossa. So that's pretty cool. You know, I definitely like this casting a little bit better than the Hot Wheels version, which I do have a fairly similar condition one. You can compare them side by side. So both of these are metal on metal castings. The Hot Wheels one is all red, black base on the Matchbox, which does make it look, I believe, a little bit better, but that's just my own personal taste. And again, Matchbox, just like Majorette did, used to put scaling on here, so it's a 1986 copyright with a 1/59th scale, so this is probably more accurate if we're talking about overall scale if we're going for a 1/64th, but you can also notice how much wider the Matchbox version is, whereas it should definitely be much wider for the Hot Wheels, but then if it was that wide, it probably would not perform very well on the track. Both have different interpretations of the oversized Ferrari logos that seemingly were imposed because Majorette had to do the same thing in the same time period, let's say. So yeah, we got Testarossa. This one is definitely, the paint is definitely very faded, but you know, probably spent a lot of time outside. Axles seem to be rusty, but it actually rolls extremely smooth, as you can see. And it does have a little bit of suspension, which the Hot Wheels definitely, well, it's got axle bend basically as opposed to suspension. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. Pretty cool for our Testarossa. All right, next up, another addition to the collection of a new color variation would be the Ferrari 308 GTB, also known as the, what is it, the Race Bait 308? Race Bait 308, that is the one, yeah. So this would be color variation number 3 in this weird yellow kind of hue. They did do a fair job on the steering wheel for this casting. This one is a metal on metal, 77 release date. And I do have 2 other versions of this casting in the collection. They would be the equivalent metal-based one in red with a lot of chips. The exact, pretty much same bait. Let's see. Yeah, Malaysia for both, but this one is stamped over the Hong Kong, so this is probably earlier production than the yellow one. And we also have a Hong Kong-based, plastic-based version, Race Bait 308, with the 308 GTB, again, huge on the hood. And this, I believe, is really the OG release of this cast. So started off plastic-based, ended up with a metal one down the road. And yeah, so another 308, which is one of my favorite Ferraris. And another one of my favorite Ferraris, and the last loose Hot Wheels we're going to be looking at is beautiful Ferrari F40. I believe these are this is from the California Custom line, based on the very loud neon yellowish green wheels, UH wheels, Ultra Hots. Opening hood, metal engine. I did have to kind of fix the spoiler on this thing because it was bent, but now it's all good. And not the best F40 casting. I mean, I'm anxious to see what we're going to get when we finally see those main lines come out, namely the Ferrari F40 LM that is coming out in the main line, so that's going to be cool to see. But yeah, overall, pretty decent condition. Definitely the best condition Ferrari that I managed to pick up in this haul. A couple of extra pieces here. I did manage to find a Majorette Big Rig. This one is technically does not come with the trailer that is attached to it, but I'm gonna try and detach the cab here. Oh, there we go. Oh my. Okay, there we go. That's better. Yeah, so basically it did come with this trailer, generic trailer, not you know, I have one of these. This one has like a snapped, one of the little supports there that's snapped. It's all metal though, so that's kind of cool. But I really wanted this out of this bag. Really nice. I believe it's a Kenworth, if I'm not mistaken. Is it made in France, major? It's not written. It's a 1/87th scale, so this is HO scale. But I believe this is a Kenworth, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm just happy it's very complete. All the parts are there. The stacks, the horns, the little air dam. You know, no broken bumpers. The wheels are in good nick as well. They're kind of molded in two pieces, but yeah, pretty cool little truck, and I like the graphics on the side. It's very, very nice. So put the truck here, the trailer over to the side, and picked up two larger sized pieces as well. First one, Shelby Series 1 from Barago in 1/43rd scale. Unfortunately, this wheel is kind of like stuck, and I noticed that there's no pin in the middle, so I'm assuming it broke off and somebody glued it back on, but I didn't play with it too much. But it's a pretty basic model, 1/43rd scale. It's got the rear deets, it's got the stripes, lens lights on the front, generic Barago wheels, and this had the Aurora V8, so the same 4-liter V8 that was used in the Oldsmobile Aurora, funnily enough. So whereas we're so used to seeing the Ford connection with the Cobra and whatnot, but yeah, not bad of an interior. Pretty good. Two-tone seats and decent looking dashboard with the shifter that's correctly sized and whatnot. So I find it's a cool model, especially I don't have a Shelby Series 1 in the collection. So this will go here, and we will check out my last loose piece, which is last majorette. So we are talking about a bigger scale. I'm not sure what the scaling is because it's not written, but we have a Renault Master flatbed tow truck with tilting rear. It's pretty complete. You know, it's got some scuffing, but it's in good nick. 24 sur 24 service, 24-hour service. And yeah, it's got 3 axles, as you can probably see. One is a little bit out of place there. Let me get that back into place here. There we go. Perfect. Yep. All right, quick fix. So there you go. Metal base, made in France. Oh, 1/45th scale. So a little bit larger than the 1/43rd Shelby. So Master T35, which I'm assuming is a utility version. Just put this on here since it has a tweaked wheel anyways, and we will finish off with the carded parts of the haul. So not a whole lot to show you. Did find a few things. Did stumble upon the most recent, well, to me, majorette drop. Picked up a couple pieces that I wanted. First one I picked up is the yellow version of the Mazda AZ1, the AutoZam AZ1. Love this casting. Well detailed where it needs to be. Bigger in scale because this is a K car. But definitely looks good in yellow. It's very cool. Very, very different of a color. Did also find the latest colorway of the 911 Rally. Clean aqua livery. Top details here, as well as the front. So no sides and no rear, but I love the color. Nice setup, nice two-tone look there. Pretty good. So I like that. Also had to pick this up. The 90 Golf Country, the Rough Rabbit 3 livery, which is actually the third version of an all-wheel drive lifted Golf that Matchbox has produced. So obviously you've got the 2 sides, but that's it. No top, no rear, and no front details. But overall, it's a great casting. Happy to have one carded again, as the only one I had is loose. Did also pick up 2 new castings that I'm really happy to actually get, because they're cars that are not hugely known, but you know, if you know, you know. So we have Morgan +4 in beautiful blue, the nice number 4 on the front grille, nice front details, nice rear details. Steering wheel is not great, but you know, and the interior is pretty crude, but overall, you know, nice cream color. So, and obviously the tri-spoke wheels look great on this kind of casting. So definitely happy to have this nice classic roadster, although they still looked exactly like that all the way through the late 90s. So, and last Matchbox would be the Radical SR3 XXR. Phenomenal track day tool. Very nice. Love the red and black. Very cool. This is one I was definitely looking forward to be able to pick up, and it's quite hefty for its size. So very well done. Very well done. Definitely liking that a lot. And we'll finish off with some Hot Wheels. There was a special, basically, if you bought $30 or more of Hot Wheels at my local Toys R Us, that you got a free gold monster truck that I did get for my daughter, because I don't really do the gold monster trucks and whatnot. So I did pick up 2 models I didn't have, not the casting, but the actual colorway. And we have the 55 Chevy, which is always groovy to have, from the Rod Squad. Black and gold, very nice. I like it. Red interior, top is done up too. So this, and I picked this one up too, the colorway of the RS2 that I had not picked up, but now I have all the colorways that have come out pretty much. The only one I don't have is the super version of the dark black metallic on aero discs, but yeah, that's fine. So that's very cool. Happy about that. And these were actually on sale as well, so got that. And to make the $30 balance complete to get that little monster truck for my kid, I did pick up this Team Transport, mostly for the truck. And this, I believe, is only the second actual hauler that is licensed. And this is the one that I wanted to open, basically. So it does have a nice big dent right here. And I don't have a premium 300 SL Mercedes from Hot Wheels loose, so I thought this was a good occasion to actually, well, make that change. So yeah, just in case, this is the Wave with the OBS pickup and the Chevy Nova Gasser. Of course, the infamous Liberty Walk Ken Mary, and we're looking at this one. So only one of the Wave that I actually got. So, and there we go. Very heavy. Very nice. So here we go. Let's start with the car. I mean, it's a 300 SL, so yeah, silver. Kind of lightweight of a casting. Who knows? Aluminum bodied maybe? But it's got the Lexan windows, the window on the back at least, sliding windows on those gull-wing doors. Obviously Hot Wheels Premium, so it's fully detailed. It is bumperless, and it's got the number 54, which is the model year of the car, and it's got the Real Rider Steelies. So nice piece. I like it. This is number 3 with the ICW liveried Team Transport that I also have, and of course the Jay Leno red version. But what I really wanted to have in the collection is the Blue Wonder. Blaues Wunder, I don't know how to pronounce that, but 1955, 23 copyright, made in Thailand. Unfortunately, the bed is not a moving part, but this thing is so cool. This has got to be the coolest hauler ever. And I mean, I would have gotten the Jay Leno box set just for this. But I mean, I was absolutely not interested in the other cars, especially not the tank car that I already have on a single card. So didn't want repeats. Really happy when they released this, so that way we get this nice duo of Mercedes-Benz products that look great. And last find, last but not least, did manage to find a most unexciting super that I've ever found. Celero GT. Hey, it's still a super, right? But yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot of Spectra Flame paint because there's a lot of plastic in this casting. You know, I don't have anything to say about the wheels. The wheel setup is fine if it fits the car, basically. But I don't know. It's like the least exciting super that I've stumbled upon so far in my collecting adventures. So still, you know, there was a bunch of 180SXs, those blue 180SXs on the white BBS style wheels that I was really hoping to find a Spectra Flame blue one on the 6 spokes, but yeah, that didn't happen. Found this guy instead. But hey, it's okay, you know. Probably not going to keep it, but still fairly happy to, you know, have found a super. Had been a while, so yeah, that's pretty much it. So hopefully you enjoyed checking out my finds. If you did, of course, feel free to comment, subscribe if you want to be advised of when I upload next, and of course, like the video. So I wish you all the best of luck in your hunts. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on the next one.